Hey there, in this video I'll show you how to make a card flower. It's just a really cool looking way of displaying your pack of cards, and it's just really neat. So stay tuned and I'll show you how to do this. Okay, so to do this card flower, you're going to want to get a deck of cards that you don't care about so much anymore. So an older deck that's worn out that you've replaced or whatever. Okay, and that's because you need to bend the cards pretty severely, and it's a permanent bend. So after you do this, the cards are going to be difficult to handle afterwards. Okay, so grab an older deck of cards, or you could do it with your new deck if you want, but here's what you're going to do. You're going to split it into two halves. The first half, you're going to hold it like so, and you're going to put a severe bend into those cards. Okay, so I hold it in overhand grip like this, and then I just squeeze quite a lot. Okay, and I hold it there. You want to get a really solid bend in those cards. Okay, you take the other half and you're going to do the same thing, but you flip the deck over first and then you put the bend in. So you're bending the two halves in opposite directions. And once you've done that, now what you're going to do is Pharaoh shuffle the two halves together. So you turn them both back face down, and I'll link you up to a tutorial for the Pharaoh shuffle if you don't know how to do this yet. Check it out on the screen here and in the description box down below. But essentially you're just going to shuffle those two halves together. You're going to weave the two halves so that every other card is bent in the opposite direction. Okay, so there's my Pharaoh shuffle right there. You could manually interlace the cards if you want. It's going to be kind of a headache since they're bent in opposite directions, but technically you don't need to do a Pharaoh shuffle. You can manually mix the cards. But I prefer to do the Pharaoh shuffle, and then you just completely square up the deck. Okay, it's going to be a little bit more challenging to do because of the bends in the cards, but just use a light touch and you're going to square up the cards completely. And that's all there really is to it. Now that the deck is arranged in this way, if you hold the cards like so, just in your palm, and then you open your palm up, because of the bends that you put in the deck, it's just automatically going to arrange the cards like this. Okay, now you might drop the cards a little bit at first, but just open your hand slowly and boom, it just creates a beautiful card flower, and then you can kind of shake it back and forth to kind of, it almost reminds me of a slinky at this point. But that's the card flower. It's just fun to take photographs of it or just to play around with it. It doesn't really serve any real purpose, but it's just a cool little thing you can do with a pack of cards. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe to the channel.